This is the Geek Protagonist, and there are more comics to come. Nora Saga. Let's do it! Cue the intro! Welcome to the channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. And this is another one from Walmart. This is Nora Saga. And look at that. That's cool. Mjolnir on the back. So, but I don't know if you noticed, it's not just Mjolnir, there's a Canadian maple leaf. So guess what? That's theirs. I think that's actually really awesome. So this book was very interesting. I know a good amount of Norse mythology. So this was written by Blake Northcott, enemy to some, friend to others. Thought she did a very good job. Kelsey Shannon was the artist. Kelsey Shannon is the cover. Chris Kendrick, design and layout. Patrick Stiles is the creator. Eric Weathers is the letterer. I said weatherer. Hernan Octavio is the color flatters. And Patrick Stiles is the editor. Now, you'll notice that some of these books, some of the names kind of rotate. I think that's really good. That's giving these artists and people work. And they can just be shelling them out while the writers are doing it. So, kind of working it out for right now. Now, this thing had some looks and things of Vikings. It opens with Nora in there. But then you come to find out they're in a museum. Her and her dad take some cool selfies. He seems like a really engaged father, and I like that. Along with the mother and what they deal with, and they show like Loki and Odin, and she's telling like stories and stuff. And as they're going through it, something sad happens. Now, you see like a wolf, but she does see someone walking by. You don't know exactly what it is. They're kind of joking around, but show you see like a shadow, and it causes them to panic, and she wakes up. You realize there's an accident. Now you see it. She's a little older. You see her and her dad. They seem to have a rough relationship. Like you can see he has stubble where he was clean shaven before. His hair is a little long. He's a little uncouth, a little unkempt. But they seem to be talking and stuff, and he gives her a certain spray, which I thought was great. And actually, if I have a daughter, I think I'll do the same thing. They show her in school. She's new to the school. To deal with how they're dealing with stuff. The electromagnetic. She's dressed a certain way, has a certain style, kind of like that hipster. If you ever watch Scott Pilgrim and how they go into the Goodwill and stuff and kind of grab random clothes, nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that's the style it kind of reminded me of when they went to Goodwill and they picked out those kind of clothes, basically places in Canada. And where she moved to in this new town, it seems like they're a little bit more hip, I guess you could say. And you see her talk about the quarterback and her 200 likes and Queen Court and the science girl, science harder. She was going to do this, and she's trying to post, and she kind of has the ripped jeans and stuff. Nothing wrong with it, but sometimes people want to fit in. Her and her father kind of go into it, the clothing and stuff, but he's really tired. But you can see he's still trying to be a good dad, and he loves his daughter. And she's thinking of her personal stuff, but they have an engaging relationship for the most part. They go through. They have a moment where something is going on. He's trying to tell her, and she's taking pictures, and he's trying to tell her like, "Hey, look, you can't flash that here. I'm trying to drive, and it's snowy out there." They went to the mall, and she's like, "Just a sec," and he's kind of like upset, and he's like, "Look. You're messing with me. I can barely see. You got it." And he kind of, as he's reprimanding her, they hit the road. They see something, and woof. I won't show you what it is. You have to see for yourself. But in the water, the situation goes on. They have an accident. She's under the ice in a lake. They're trying to save them. As things are happening, you then see the the fireman, he's trying to reach down there, and it's cool because you do see this really awesome scene because he has his fireman's axe. But check out that scene right there. I thought that was a great art sequence where you see the axe, but it is different. And every time the axe comes down, it's a medieval axe versus a fireman's axe, and tries to save the situation, tries to save her. And next thing you know, she's talking to people. They understand. Has her black nails. Vikings. Something happens. She's knocked out. Something special comes to basically try to attack them as they get in a fight with the thing that's trying to attack. She remembers the thing her dad gave her. It's a special type of pepper spray, but it's not normal pepper spray. You'll see what it is. It's actually a really good one that would hurt somebody. And I think it's, I literally sat back. I was like, yeah, I would do that. That's some good, strong stuff. You see the thing goes, they're trying to question it. The dad, he's having his situation. They're like, we didn't see anybody. And then all of a sudden, while they're talking, you see these guys are kind of like the Men in Black, and a situation is happening, and it's a great setup. So it gives you a great dynamic to who Nora is, and her relationship with her father, and the type of mindset that she has, and why she's in that mindset, and will she find her way to that journey. And it kind of leads you into some mystical sections, but very Nordic, where it's like, okay, what is she going to do now? Why did this happen? Then you find out there's something weird that's going on in the world, sort of, and it's like, well, why did this happen in the world? And it's really interesting. I think it was very well done. It's I'll give it a rating before I talk about the next part. I'm gonna give it a good time. Matter of fact, you know what? No, I'm going to give this to a should buy. Nick's the good time. This is a should buy. I actually thought this was a really good premise. Now, of course, I feel as though they're going to have to take it somewhere. Like, why is it there? Who did they see? What's the situation? You kind of set the high school drama, but now that you set the premise for the high school and you got her into all that, and now she's out of that, it's like, okay, I feel like this is going to be one of those things where it's going to be like she's going to learn what's truly important versus what's not important. If that makes sense. And of course, they have another one, July 7th. Stay tuned for the thrilling adventure. Now, this, like I said, takes place in Canada. And then what you come to find out, which I think this is so cool that they do this. They give you a little bit of backstory about Vikings being in Canada. And I'm not going to show you everything, but I thought that was great. And it actually gives you a little excerpt about when they were there, what they were doing, why, and stuff like that. Then they got the typical ending, and all the books is like this. But yeah, I thought her characterization was, it didn't feel like an older person writing a teenager. It felt like a teenager that was out and about trying to be in a new thing, and now when she's dealing with one new situation, she has to deal with the other. It also felt like she's going to have to take her sensibilities of the current world and bring it into there. Artwork, as usual, in these books so far have been very well done. The cover, I thought, really nice cover. Great paper quality. It was a smooth read. It kind of hit those tropes, but then it went beyond them. And I feel as though this could lead to something bigger, and I would like to see more of where it goes. Now, I don't know if I'm going to review every single book in this series. I probably will, maybe. This one is going to be another. When July hits, I think I'm going to buy it again. Like I said, The Futurist, I kind of was but this one, I had a good time with it. And I want to see where it goes. Now, if a couple more issues kind of leaves it, like Blake Northcott really captured her mind, captured what they were talking about, the Vikings and everything. Now, if it doesn't consistently up it to where I want to know what's going on and why, and maybe she's brought there to fight something or to do something, I hope it's a big payoff, because I think they said that these run by season, so I think it's like 6 issues or 4 issues a season. It's something like that where there's only so many issues in a season. I think since it's every other month, so yeah, it's like 6 issues a year. So I think each season is like every other month for 6, and I once again I think that's a fantastic idea. For $5 is not terrible. I know some people might be like that's too much for one comic, but the comic actually has a good amount of pages. You get some excerpts in the back. Each comic has had that. I thought that's those extra few pages make all the difference. It feels like a crowdfunder comic. It really does. And the artwork is great. The talking, how she interacts with her dad, the people is smooth. I want to see more about now the mystery is set. I want to see why is she there? Where is she going? Is she there to fight? Is she there to deal with something? What does she learn? Who does she become? Why are they there? Are they going to go back? Is it something? So there's a lot of factors. Is this going to be a world event? So yeah, I think this is a really good book, and it definitely has intrigue. And if you like, this one covers teenagers. So the other one covered culture. The India, it covered culture and things like that, and I didn't explain that. This one is following the journey of a teenager. So each one of these books do have their unique feel to them. If I was going to run a company, honestly, that's how I would run it. I would like to do, yeah, well, I love to have superheroes, but you can still do superheroes into something. So, for example, Black Panther can be considered a superhero, so can Aquaman, or they can be considered kings. If you take them and put them in their own thing, now they're just warriors who happen to have a certain name or a legacy that's attached to them. You get what I'm saying? So, I like that. I think it's a great idea. It gives you a little different bites. And if you're a young company, you get a little horror here, get a little thing there. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. So that's really it. Like I said, I should buy. I'm gonna get the next one. I actually really liked it. So this is the Geek Protagonist. I want you to stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. You're gonna see the next one. It's gonna be Red Rooster. See ya. Hey, thank you for visiting my channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, it'll really help me out in the channel if you actually share these videos. If you like what I'm doing, please hit that bell notification. Hit it, click. This way you won't miss any of my videos. Also, there's a thing on there that says personal and all. Hit the all. This way you'll get them every time for the notifications. I'm trying to, grow, trying to do commentary about what's going on. And I want to thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. This is the Geek Protagonist. I'm out, and I'll see you.